Booyah! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fabulous episode of Wrestling is Trash, the nonsensical podcast where we talk all things professional wrestling, past, present, and possibly the future. We are here. It's not Tuesday, but it's still a trash day, and we're bringing it to you live and uncut. Me and your main man, Nick Anicelli, Trash Boys number 1 and 2 on the ones and twos, here to bring it all to you. All the wrestling talk. We're ready to go. I'm sipping on a Pabst Blue Ribbon, my favorite low-cost alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with PBR.
Crack that right open. Why do they not like Pabst Blue Ribbon, bro? What is people's problem with that?
People probably think it's trashy.
I don't get that. I mean, I don't think this is like the most, exotic beer. It's not a fucking Stella Artois or a goddamn what do you call that other one? Not
Dos Equis?
Nah, I was thinking, what's the Warsteiner, whatever you call that shit. That shit that's like $17 for a 6-pack. It's not that. But dog, I went to the beach on Saturday, and it was like 8 in the morning, and we're already going off the rails. I was like 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to go to the fucking beach.
Hell yeah!
So I got up, I went to the store, I bought one of those styrofoam coolers. Bought a 12-pack of this shit. It was $9.99, bro. A 12-pack.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I got a sandwich and I headed off to the beach and I drank. I think I drank 6 when I was there. But bro, they go down smooth.
Yep.
It's got a nice flavor to it. I love Pabst Blue Ribbon. Fuck the haters. Nick, how you doing today?
Good. As you know, we didn't do it Tuesday because I was moving, so I'm in a new location. Only like a mile down the road, but yeah, we moved. Nice. So we were bitching, and I bitch everyone watching. Moving sucks.
Hate it.
Nothing about it's fun. But luckily, it went pretty smooth for us. We did it in like a few day transition, so we didn't have to rush shit. It's just Tuesday was the big day we determined. But everything's done. So we're moved in. The only thing I got to do is go to my old place, and my TV's still mounted in the wall in the bedroom. I just got to take that out, drill that out, but we'll do that tomorrow, and then that's literally it.
I know this is probably an unfair question because you're like a military man, but how many times do you think you've moved?
So I'm trying to think. I moved out of like pretty much our dorms when I lived in Missouri. Then I was there for a year and a half, but I was already there for probably like 4 or 5 times. But this time was on our own. So where I was at previously, like my last place, I've been there since I've been in California, which is January of 2021. So this was like a choice for us to move. We wanted something bigger. So this was like an our call thing.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah. But yeah, always on the move for work. But it's nice. I'll say this, and obviously not a plug for the military, nothing like that. But like when I move on the military, like, hey, you're moving to North Carolina, like they do everything. I don't do anything. I just drive my car. Like we'll get in the cars, drive wherever the new home's gonna be, but they pay for the hotel, gas, they give you per diem. So they take care of you in that regard. And like they'll come in, the movers, pretty sick. They pack everything, take all the beds apart, move everything, put it back together. So you literally don't lift a finger.
Nice, bro.
So that's pretty nice. They take care of you there. But yeah, I'm used to the move by now. But this was needed, so I'm excited.
That's cool, man. I've moved like 1,000 times just to answer just to fill the question, and I've hated it every time. Yeah, but you said they pay for everything, so that reminds me of something that I saw earlier, I think like a month ago, and someone brought it up to me today, so that's why I'm going to bring it up now. Nick, did you see that Oscar Mayer is offering a full-time paid position where you drive the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile around the United States, and they pay you $36,000 for the year. They pay for all your room and board, and they pay for your meals.
So it sounds like a good deal, but $36,000 is really not that much, depending.
It's not. It isn't. But you don't pay for gas, you don't pay for meals, you don't pay for hotel, and you're just basically driving around to these places where they tell you to go.
Yeah,
I just roll up in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
it's really not a bad gig. Like if you like when you are off work, you've got family and stuff you can stay with. It's probably actually not a bit. And it's probably if you like traveling, that sounds like it's great.
So full disclosure, I applied for it.
Fuck yeah.
But I know I'm not gonna get it. But dude, if I was a younger man, 100%. If I was like in my 20s, 25 or some shit like that, bro, shit, that go around the state. That's an easy win for me, bro.
I know. Yeah, it's got to be fun.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm glad the move's done. And then we were talking basketball earlier, but now Lou, we're officially on the road to WrestleMania, and I like to say evolution, and it's not because like we're an unbiased product, because we aren't. We're not biased to anyone.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I actually wanted to. I mean, I know we're gonna segue into the news first, but I was gonna say I do want to talk about Dynamite last night. I don't know if you watched Dynamite, if you had a chance to.
Honestly, I didn't because I was hanging stuff up. So I wanted to because I want to go back because it was Mox and Hardy was advertised, correct?
Yeah.
But
they went first.
And RVD wasn't. So I want to see both of those matches. I heard apparently, well, not heard. I was checking Twitter throughout. It's just I had shit around the house. I probably could have done that. But Wardlow, did he get hurt? Or like apparently
he says he's okay. So here's the thing about the show. I wanted to talk about it, not to like recap the show, but I just kind of wanted to talk about a couple things that are kind of like, because like honestly, last night I was gonna go to bed. It was like 7:40, and I was like, fuck it, I'll watch that shit tomorrow. And that's never really happened to me for like a Dynamite. I'm usually hyped for Dynamite. Like I'm usually like, yo, I can't wait to watch this shit, you know, because I enjoy the actual wrestling. And last night I wasn't gonna watch, and I was pleasantly surprised at the end. I was like, man, this was a good show, because what was advertised wasn't all that great. I mean, Jon Moxley versus Jeff Hardy. It's kind of a cool, you know, match. We haven't seen that yet, but it's like you kind of know who's gonna win that. Jeff Hardy's not beating Jon Moxley, so that's kind of like the outcome is predetermined. And then you had these two kind of these secret matches or whatever that we were gonna have. So other than that, the show was like not really advertised too well, but it was a good show overall. I mean, it wasn't a fantastic show, but it was a good show. So I was pleasantly surprised. But my thing is like there's two things on the show that are really bothering me. One of them is this whole what the fuck are they called? The kingdom, the Undisputed Kingdom.
Undisputed Kingdom. I almost said the Elite Kingdom.
So you brought up Wardlow. So it looked like he tweaked his knee last night, but he tweeted out that he's fine. He's like he tweeted something like any normal human would have folded, but I'm not a normal human. My knee's fine.
Which he's not.
Yeah, of course. I completely agree with that. So he says he's fine. So you know, we'll take him at his word. But bro, this Undisputed Kingdom thing, like this whole devil reveal that they did, the reveal I thought was good. I mean, they really had no other choice but to do what they did with the reveal with Adam Cole. And the way it played out, I thought was cool. But the follow-up to it has been kind of like, it kind of seems like directionless. Mm-hmm. Like it's, you know, Roddy's going after the international title, Orange Cassidy. But my thing with it is like, the thing that bothers me about it is like, I enjoyed Roderick Strong being silly and doing Adam and all that shit.
Charisma.
Like I enjoyed all that shit up until the reveal. I feel like after the reveal, like he shouldn't be doing that shit anymore. Like I have like a lot of issues with it. Like them wheeling Adam Cole out and Adam Cole coming out on crutches every week. Like that shit doesn't like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, it's just for me. But like Adam Cole is supposed to be like the mastermind of this group, and he's supposed to be like he was revealed as the devil and all that. And then he's coming out like on the fucking crutches every week and sitting there like watching the match. It's like, bro, the guy, like he shouldn't be on TV like that. Like he should just be doing video packages and shit, like sitting in a chair or something and saying some maniacal shit or whatever, just to kind of like get the group over. And Roddy should be like more serious. The Kingdom should be like more serious because they like supposedly want to take over, right? They want all the belts. They want to do all these things. But the only one who's really serious is Wardlow. Like Wardlow goes out there, destroys people. He's not smiling. He's not making jokes. You know what I mean? Roderick Strong is still doing the stupid orange. It's like you shouldn't be doing that shit, dude. Like it's kind of like I don't know. It kind of feels to me like it's directionless.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. The gripe is it's because you want it to do good because you like the members of the group.
Yeah.
You know, who doesn't love seeing Adam Cole? I just feel a lot isn't working because one, I don't like Wardlow in the group personally because like he should be on his own. Like he shouldn't be another follower again. But it kind of sucks because Adam's hurt and MJF's actually hurt as well. Well, they're both actually hurt, right? And so it's like weird because usually when you see big reveals like that, it instantly continues, and it's like, yeah, so I get what you're saying. But one thing I almost did today, I think you would have been proud of me. I almost responded to a Twitter troll.
Oh, wow.
And I never do that. So it was a WWE fan tweeted something along the lines of like AEW dead, all that bullshit, right? Saying like, look at this show, it sucks, blah, blah, blah. And then, but I kept reading like, oh, the show like wasn't advertised good, but ended up being good. Yeah. And it made me think recently on Raw when they did Miz versus Gunther, everyone was like, oh, that match is going to suck, and it ended up being good. And it's like, just because shit's not advertised good doesn't mean it's not going to be good.
Right.
And I almost kind of went with that route with it, but then I stopped. I was like, nope, can't do that.
Wow. So in a coincidence of situations, and this is no bullshit because I'm going to actually pull it up, I almost responded to a Twitter troll, and you should be proud of me because I was going to hit send, and I instead sent it to the drafts, and I didn't respond to the Twitter troll like I usually do. So I don't even. How do you even look at your?
The only thing that frightens me in all this, and some people are going in on it.
Yeah, like look, this dude tweeted. So somebody tweeted that like, oh man, look at all these matches we're getting in AEW lately. Since all that mess happened 6 months ago, we're spoiled because they're getting like CMLL matches and all these crazy matches and shit. So they were like excited. And some dude responded, some dude with no picture on his thing and a bunch of numbers after his fucking name. And he writes, spoiled, LOL. Watching you guys pretend a company that can hardly sell 2K tickets is good is hilarious. So I responded, which I have it right here. It's in the drafts. It's sitting here, but I'm not going to send it. And I go, what do tickets sold have to do with how people enjoyed the show watching at home? Why the fuck do these people care about tickets or attendance or any of that shit that's going on with AEW, bro? Like, why do they give a shit? Like, there's people going to these shows and they're like this.
Yeah, just
recording the hard cam side in the upper deck. Like, why do you give a fuck? Who cares, bro? You're like, there. Enjoy the show. If you're watching at home, why do you give a fuck if there's 2,000 or 10,000 people in the arena? Who cares?
Yeah, and it sucks because you get the same people who are probably very heavy on the WWE side, and NXT every week's in the same place with like 500 people.
Like 15, the fucking 1,000 people in there.
I would say if that, 100% that's like a 500 seat capacity.
And it's fine. Who cares?
Yeah, like who cares? And it's, my thing is just like, the one thing I like about myself is I don't care. Like, I don't know. I don't like seeing anything in life fail, right? But my thing is like, I might like something, but just because like you don't, like, I'm not going to crap on you for it. Like, what I like is what I like. So it's like, if you like I'm trying to think of something. It's kind of like I compare it to sports, right? And kind of in the moment right now. I'm a mass diehard Patriots fan from New England, everything, right? So, of course, who do I think is the greatest of all time? Tom Brady, right? Now you got this upping, which you can compare to WWE here, right? Old dude, been around for a while, whatever. Then you got this young up-and-comer, Patrick Mahomes, a.k.a. you can guess comparing to AEW, right? Up and coming.
Yeah.
He's doing great things, right? Breaking these records, doing great things. Selfishly, as a Patriots fan, I want the Chiefs to lose because I want Tom Brady to go down as the greatest of all time, and losing Super Bowls isn't going to help Mahomes.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to be online talking about that. That's just my point of view. I don't need to, so I don't get why people are like that. Like, yo, if you don't, I don't know, especially if I don't like something, like how you're saying they're doing all this, I'm not going to waste energy on it.
My favorite thing is though these people that who claim like they hate AEW and all that shit. They watch every fucking week because I see them tweeting during the show, "LOL botch." LOL this, LOL that. I'm like, motherfucker, why are you watching the show that you claim to hate? I don't understand this shit. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, dude. It's weird. Like wrestling, because we see it right on sports Twitter as well. Like there's some fucking insane fans there, but nothing beats wrestling fans to me. Because at the end of the day, obviously what these performers are doing is dangerous, right? But you're getting this invested over a scripted event at the end of the day. Like, that's my thing. Like, there are certain booking things, like, we'll complain about, right? Like, you know what I mean? And I think that's fair because...
I just did it. I just talked about how I didn't like something that AEW is doing. And
yeah, but it's like...
Literally.
And the other thing, too, is like, yo, they do this shit 52 weeks a year with 2 live shows, right? And it's like, not every time it's going to be a home run.
Right.
You know? I think, honestly... in a way, and we've talked about this before, that makes wrestling fans worse. And it's not due to them because it's their job and they're getting paid, but it's kind of like the media, the wrestling media.
Yeah.
Right? Because so Raj Geary kind of brought up a good point. I was listening to his thing and he was like, Meltzer's kind of got to watch out because sometimes he says things that are very obvious. Like he said, well, at WrestleMania, it's either going to be Roman versus Cody, Roman versus Rock, or a triple threat. Well, no shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
really.
No shit. But then it's like, sometimes when you say things, when you're in a big media spot like that, you can't give your opinion in a way. Because now everyone thinks like, oh, Meltzer's on the AEW payroll because he doesn't like how he voices his opinion. And it's like, nah, that's just an old school dude who probably likes that more old school style that AEW has. And it's like, and the fans are the ones that feed off that shit.
Yeah.
And what
I would hate to be that fucking like that. I mean, I guess he's famous. I don't know. I guess, at least in the wrestling community, that name rings bells and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I would hate to be that fucking like, I don't know, followed or popular that I say something about WrestleMania or something and there's thousands of people fucking arguing either side. Oh, Lou is a fucking shill. He's a paid AEW. I wish I was a paid AEW shill. If I was, you'd be the first one to know. I'd have AEW shit all over the fucking background and the wall, all over the fucking place. But I would hate to be that, like, where you can't just say anything because you gotta watch out for what you think. Hell no, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. The way people are going,
crazy.
I don't know, man. It's weird. Like, it's weird. And it's
the IWC, bro. It's the fucking absolute worst.
But I'm one of them.
Yeah. The worst.
I'm not. I like to call out stupidity. Like I think that's where like the Italian in me comes out. Like I tell you how it is, and it's nuts because I'm waiting to go to a show and someone's doing that because I will make a very smart ass remark.
I'm gonna be like, later, what are you doing, bro?
Like I'm lucky. The past few shows I've gone to in the past like couple of years. I've honestly always sat near good people. Besides, I think it was at Double or Nothing in 2022. Like the guy behind me kind of stunk, but like, and I don't even say that to be funny. It's like he just had an order. But
it's one of the 10 trash commandments. You can't be doing that shit.
Yeah. Everywhere else I've been, you know, usually I'll be honest. As of late, actually, WWE shows I've gone to, I've actually sat near kids, like families.
Oh, cool.
Even at Full Gear, everyone I sat next to was really dope. Nice people. And it was cool because like before the show start, we were just because there were mommy chants. People were chanting for mommy. And I thought that was kind of funny. But like the dude behind me and I were just talking like WWE and it was like just normal. And it was just because that's what came up the chant. I think he asked me like, who do you think? I don't remember. So whatever was going on in the Judgment Day, like he mentioned, and then we had moved on. But like I'm happy I haven't been next to those weirdos. Like the last thing I'm gonna do, I'll maybe observe and look like, oh damn, like there's not a lot of people here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or there's a lot of people here. But like I'm not gonna tweet you,
right,
or something like that. Or I might tell it to you. Like I might tell it to you, like yo, there's a whole.
Let me record a video of the hard cam site and post it on Twitter and go, oh wow, the fuck, nobody.
Yeah, I would tell you, hey bro, I'm at Raw and they got the whole top section, like.
Well, you know, bro, like I'm telling you, like when I went to that show here, I told you guys, I went to the show. It was not sold out. but I didn't go into the show. Bro, I went into the show. I walked. First of all, the weather was fucking miserable. It was pouring rain. I had to park like half a mile from the fucking arena, walk through the rain to get into the fucking place. I had a goddamn my umbrella, which I left there. But anyway, so I'm there and I got in. You can even look at my Instagram. Like I posted maybe 2 videos at the beginning. Tony Khan came out. I recorded a little something there. When I got there and sat down, I was recording like the stage and the lights set up and all that shit. And that was it. I think I went live on the Wrestling is Trash page when Bandito came out, and I was like, okay, well, Bandito's getting in the ring. I'm about to watch a motherfucking Bandito match. Bye. And that was the last video I did. Like, I watched the show. So even if I'm there, I don't even think if I see people recording shit and acting stupid about attendance, I would even notice. Now, I will say that same show, by the time it got to Ring of Honor, there was like a quarter of the people were left and they had all moved down. And I don't blame them because that was a long fucking show.
Yeah.
Like it started off with Ring of Honor. Then we went into Dynamite. And then it was a Ring of Honor match. Then it was like 2 dark matches. Then they did Dynamite. Then they did Rampage. And then they did Ring of Honor. I was like, nah, bro. I don't blame anybody for leaving, bro. This shit is too long. And it was a Wednesday, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. People got to go to work. They got to go to school. They got to take their kids. Like, we can't be here till 2 a.m. watching fucking live wrestling, bro. There's no way. So that's part of it. But again, some of these people, I don't know. I don't get it.
But I guess we'll speak on our one news item before we go into the Rumble. So it's being reported, sticking with AEW, Mercedes Moné is making her debut in March. So Moné March. I'm assuming if it's March, she's just going to show up at Revolution.
I would think so.
Like if I was a betting man, which I am, I would put money on she shows up after, which I'm assuming the match is going to be Toni Storm and Deonna Purrazzo, right? At Revolution.
Right. Yeah.
I'm assuming she comes out after that match, like, which I'm cool, which is good. That's a good debut. But I think we said it on the show, like we were saying, like, yo, you thought number 30 was going to be Sasha,
right?
Ended up being Liv, but it wasn't, and I already thought she wasn't going to come anyway, but that was 100% the icing on the cake. Like, yo, she's definitely under contract with AEW, not coming, right? Because what other time to bring her back?
What's she gonna do? Come back at Chamber?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Or the Raw after Mania? Like, no. Yeah. So, it's exciting, though. I'll admit, that's one girl. Just like, I'd like to think her on the female side, it's her, and on the male side, it's Punk. They're always in the news, whether they're on TV or not. Mm-hmm. Because we haven't seen her wrestle since like May, right? Was it May when she got hurt?
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see what she's going to do there. It's exciting how long she signed for. It's cool because that means she's going to be at All In Wembley. So she'll either be going into that match there, I assume, champion or challenging for the title, right?
Yeah.
Who would you say? Because All In's their WrestleMania. Let's be honest, right? With just how big. So she's in that match. If they go just one-on-one, who's the biggest opponent for her?
So this is kind of fucked up because, like, honestly, right now, as much as I'm loving Toni Storm is doing some of the best. She's the best thing on AEW right now. Yeah, she's the absolute. I don't care what anybody says. I don't want to hear it. She is the best thing on AEW right now. I look forward to her segments. But she doesn't need that belt. She doesn't need to be the champion to have that gimmick. So I kind of feel like they should do the switch and put the belt on Deonna. But I don't think that's the marquee matchup you want to have at like All In. You know what I mean? So then she would have to drop the belt to someone else to kind of have that. Like Jamie Hayter versus
Moné. Jamie Hayter is my pick.
Shit. Jamie Hayter versus fucking Mercedes Moné. That's the motherfucking matchup I want to see. I mean, and again, this is taking away nothing from Toni Storm, or really Deonna Purrazzo, but like Deonna just got here. She still has to. Some people, she's growing on the people who didn't know her. The people who do know her, she's the shit. She's fucking amazing. But I don't know, bro. I don't know if that match is the match to have at All In, or you want to do
So I go when I've seen online. The history's there. The story can be there. Soraya.
No.
I get it, but there's the history there because Sasha. I think Sasha was the one that injured her sadly in the match that took Paige at the time out of wrestling. Obviously, it was an accident. So, and she's from there. So it's kind of like the story.
Yeah, she hit her with a fucking Meteora. She was, if I remember correctly, she was on the turnbuckle, on the top, like leaning on the top turnbuckle, and Sasha hit her with a fucking Meteora on the top rope, which she usually doesn't do. She usually, that's a downward trajectory for the Meteora, but she went straight up and then hit her in the back of the neck. So, I mean, whatever. Again, we say all the time on here, bro. People fucking want to talk shit about wrestling, bro. Wrestling is fucking dangerous, dude. At any time, you never know what can happen. And if people say shit's fake and whatever, yeah, it's scripted, but that shit ain't fake. That shit hurts. And you can get really fucking hurt, or you can die or be paralyzed doing this shit if you do it wrong. So, it's part of the whole thing. But man, yeah, I mean, Mercedes definitely would be the one to be one of the headliners of that show for sure. I don't know.
I like Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, for me, it's Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, if I had the pen, that's who's on my match.
The problem is the way the belt is going now. Are you going to crown Monet at the expense of Jamie Hayter? Like, I don't think you should be doing that either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we love Jamie Hayter here, so maybe we're a little biased, but I don't. Will Mercedes lose that soon? Because I could be wrong here. She debuts at Revolution. Because with big names, sometimes they don't wrestle for a while.
Yeah.
Do you see them waiting till Double or Nothing for her first match? Like, because that is their next big, unless they're doing something in April, we don't know yet. But as right now, pay-per-view wise, you have Revolution in March and Double or Nothing in May. Like, do you do it then?
I would say they could, but I don't think that they will. I think
maybe on like a big, like a special Dynamite.
Yeah, like I don't think the following Wednesday she's gonna be in the ring, but I think she'll show up, something will happen, and then they'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting word from Tony Khan right now. Next week on Dynamite, we're gonna have the debut of Mercedes Monet. I could completely see that. Like on a 2 or 3 weeks after her debut or whatever, she'll wrestle on a Dynamite. She'll wrestle somebody like.
I can see her first match being Mariah May.
Yeah, she could do. But then that's the thing too. Like, booking must be really fucking hard, man. Because you went and you signed Mariah May. You got Toni Storm right now, who's hot as shit, like in every sense of the word. But what I meant is her gimmick and her whole thing is like red hot right now.
Deanna.
You got Deanna in here. You just brought her in. So like you gotta you can't just be. It must, like I say, it's hard because like you look at somebody like Red Velvet. Red Velvet's awesome, and she was away for a long time. She just comes back, and what are they doing? They're feeding her to everybody. They fed her fucking to Deanna Purrazzo. They fed her to Toni Storm. Like, so she comes back and she's taking L's. Like, you don't want to have Mariah May in that position where like she's awesome. Like, she should be one of your top people, and you don't want to feed her to Mercedes or feed her to like.
They need.
You know what I mean?
Tony, I think, needs to do better. And like I said, we're not bookers, and we're both verbal. That'd be hard, but needs to do more on the TBS title side.
Yeah.
Maybe like bring someone there. I don't know. I'm excited for her debut though. I'm excited to see her on weekly TV again. A big name. And then
like I'm cool with Mariah May going for the TBS title that way, because you've seen Mariah May's been doing this thing where she's constantly trying to get Toni Storm to like watch her matches or to like support her and shit like that. So I could totally see her going after the TBS title. I wouldn't even mind them putting it on her because
I think that'd be perfect because then
Julia Hart's great. Nothing against Julia Hart, but like what else is Julia Hart doing right now with that belt? Like, she won it, she had a run. I think it's okay if she loses it like at this point.
Yeah, because like they're saying, there are some people like Stone Cold said it the best when he interviewed The Undertaker on his show. And I think Taker said it too. He said, my chase to the title was always better than when I had the title.
Yeah.
And that's with a lot of people. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people that the chase for it. Like, I'm trying to think of an example of that, and I could be wrong. As much as we love the guy, like, say LA Knight. Say he got, because he's white hot. Say he beat Seth for the title. Looking back on it, would it be better his rise to winning the title or the run itself? And I guess we'll see when he goes with Logan Paul for the U.S. title. Like, that seems like that's happening.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely the case. It's happened before with, like, I was trying to think when
even Steve Austin said, like, his road to the title was always better than the title.
I mean, he says that, but I kind of disagree. I like him. I like seeing him, bro. Seeing him hold up that belt is just that's the shit. Like, you know. But I'm trying to think of somebody because I know that there's a perfect example of that. Oh, I have an example for that. Dolph fucking Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler getting that Money in the Bank and having that, like, everyone knew that he was gonna cash it in, and then when he cashed it in, like, everybody went fucking nuts. His run was what? A month?
Yeah.
Or two? And they took that shit right off of his ass. Like, they right off. Like, and again, that may or may not have been his fault, but the fact that he went through that whole thing, he went to Money in the Bank, he won the briefcase, the fact that you were like, oh shit, it's gonna happen, and it happened, that was like the apex of it. And then it just kind of
got hurt. Didn't he get concussed?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think our resident Dolph Ziggler fan of the show, Doug, friend of the show, Dan, he would know. He was a big Ziggler guy back then. He can text and chime in, but I think he might have been concussed. But anywho, Lou, this past weekend we had the Rumble.
Yes.
And one thing, so the card was 4 matches, but I want to just say one thing about the men's just very, very quickly before we start at the women's and work our way up. One thing I need to stop doing, and it's going to be hard to do, is talking about a wrestler in the moment of a match. So you might have thought the same thing. We might have texted about it. I might have forgot. But I know we were saying it in the group chat that CM Punk looked gassed. And now we find out his triceps hurt. Right. So I feel I'm not going to judge a wrestler's performance. And I say that like I'm entitled, like, you know what I mean? But judge a wrestler's performance until, like, after. Because if Punk didn't get hurt, then we're like, all right, man, like, you might want to get on that treadmill a little more. You seem a little tired. Because in the beginning, he started off good.
He came in hot.
And that tricep injury.
He came in hot.
And the tricep injury happened pretty quick.
Yeah.
So that's just something I wanted to say quick that I want to personally work on.
Right.
It's like,
I'll say this, man, and again, we're gonna come back to this, but I give that man, again, it sucks all the way around, and we'll talk about it more when we get to that. But I give that man fucking props because he tore his fucking tricep, finished the match, finished the Rumble. You know, he could have easily told that referee, "Oh fuck, my triceps torn, I'm in pain. Have somebody throw me the fuck out of here real quick," and got thrown out and went to the back.
Yeah, he
could have totally done that shit, and then everybody would have been like, "What the fuck?" And then later on, you would be like, okay, yeah, I get why he did that." Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he totally could have gotten with that and been okay, but this dude finished the whole fucking Rumble. Like, I give him props, bro.
Same. So I take back the apologies I was saying if he kind of looked gassed a little bit. My man had a torn tricep. Yeah, I would probably be gassed too. And but anyway, yeah. So starting with the women's Rumble, great Rumble. Number one was, I don't know the whole order. I just remembered the obvious one.
Oh, no, we're not doing all that. But.
Number one, Natalya. 2, a returning Naomi. Great entrance. I think she has like the 3rd longest time or 2nd longest time now in women's Rumble history. Nice. So I thought they did her great on her welcome back. Thought that was awesome. But the one thing I want to talk about was Jordynne Grace. That was insane. So the reason I really want to talk about that. So yesterday she did an interview with Denise Salcedo. I don't know if you know who she is.
Yeah.
I watched it. It was like a 20-minute interview, nothing crazy. So the way it went down, to sum it up, They did the Orlando tapings on Saturday. She got back Sunday to wherever she lives. And Scott D'Amore calls like, hey, how do you feel about wrestling this weekend? And she was kind of like, well, she thought to herself, like, I thought I was going to have some time off because of the way we do tapings. And he's like, well, it's in the Rumble. And she's like, well, you don't want to act excited about going to wrestle for WWE. But she's like, well, what do you think? And then obviously she did it. And she was really nervous. She said, because she didn't have time to get new ring gear and all this stuff. So she like took her shit to the cleaners, like bedazzled it.
Wow.
She said like it was a great atmosphere backstage. Everyone was warm. Everyone was welcoming. You know, she was nervous because she's like, I'm like not the guy here. You know, like I don't work here. But dude, I thought Triple H booked her great, especially that elimination. She talked about the elimination with Bianca. I guess they practiced it in the practice ring, but I guess the practice ring's not as wide.
Right.
So she was like, yo, I still want to do it. Like, I still want to take that ball. Just make sure I'm good. So kudos to Bianca. But, dude, that was dope seeing her in there. I
popped hard because I unfortunately, you know, not to be a creature of the moment, but I don't recall ever really talking too much about Jordynne Grace on this show, but I fucking love Jordynne Grace. She's one of the only people I follow on social. That wall of fame that I have up there, I have room for one more, and it's her. I want to have her 8x10 signed up there. So I went to 2 Impact shows, and she wasn't at either. Well, she was at the show, she performed, but she wasn't at the meet and greet, and I was super bummed because that was literally the only 8x10 I wanted. But I ended up getting Mickie James is there, so can't really complain. But when I heard her music hit, because she has that Scott Steiner, because that's one of her influences is Scott Steiner, that fucking ambulance alarm, whatever you call it, siren shit hit. And I instantly, I was like, well, it ain't Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
And there's only one person I know who uses that shit. And then the thing is when you were watching the Rumble, you could see the name. It was half cut off, but you could see on the top. And I could immediately, when it said Jordynne Grace, I could tell just looking at the top half that it was her, like her name. So it was weird because I was like excited, but I was more like happy for her that she got that, like that it was a surprise, that she got a pop, that she looked amazing. Her gear looked amazing. Obviously she's in the shape of a fucking like god. And that she went in there and she didn't get immediately thrown out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She went in there. She had a run. She had a face off. Yeah. She had a face off with Bianca. She got to do that suplex spot. She got to show her skills. It was fucking awesome.
Now, I think we both thought this based off previous conversations, but especially all the, like she said, WWE was awesome, like warming all the nice compliments to the company. So I think we both think this, but do you think it's officially not if, but when we see her in WWE?
I mean, the only thing is with her is that she signed to a long-term contract with TNA. Mm-hmm. So, because they just rebranded and she was like one of the ones that they like, she could, again, I think we talked about this an episode or two ago. She completely had the choice to be a free agent and go wherever she wanted. And she re-signed with TNA. Because I think it's better for her lifestyle. Like she likes the schedule. Mm-hmm. It's probably close to where she lives and she can, you know what I'm saying? Like it's better for her mentally and all that. And she's happy there. She's like getting paid well. She's happy. So she re-signed. But dude, she would be great in WWE, man. She would be so great over there.
Dude, she got a pop even when she came out. Like, people, like, you know what I mean? We obviously know as diehard wrestling fans. I guess the Rumble's a diehard, but she got a big pop, which deserving. So, but that was awesome to see her. So yeah, great for her. She had that show off. Do you think this is not a partnership, but do you think this is the last we saw her in WWE while under TNA and vice versa? Like Natalya said in an interview, she would love to go to TNA to have a match with Jordan.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Of course she would. Of course Natalya would. But I know she was saying she wants Bianca. I know she challenged like Bianca on Twitter or something. She's like, why don't you come to my home turf and we can have this match? I don't think that's going to be a thing because I know the last year with Mickie James showed up, we kind of thought the same thing, that they were going to have like a partnership and they really didn't do anything with it. But it might be different now because Trinity's back. and she was just there, so I'm sure she's a big reason why this happened.
Triple H is in charge now.
You know what I mean? So she could be different now. You know, we could see some crossover. I think it would be good for both. It will definitely be good for TNA, but I think it would be good for WWE too to like show that kind of like, you know, we're extending a hand out to other territories and shit, and we're partnering up.
I'd like to think if she were to fight Bianca, like Triple H is like, well, that's probably gonna happen on our TV. Like I could see a Natalya, a Liv, like someone like that going to TNA. You know what I mean? But I don't think like a match with Rhea isn't gonna happen on TNA. So it would happen in WWE. You know what I mean? Which is cool, which is still dope. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that was really, really cool. Bianca looked great in the Rumble. Obviously, there was a lot of good spots. The women killed it, but that debut of Jade Cargill.
Well, maybe if there is a partnership now, we could get the dream match that we've all been wanting to see all these years between Seth Rollins and Nick Nemeth, the wanted man. We'll finally get our dream match. Cross-company promotions.
But, dude, that debut of Jade, from the second that music hit, the crowd knew who it was, too. Obviously, because, like Dan pointed out in our group chat, he thought it was the same music. Carl Zagat took a little off, but still, I thought that was smart of them to keep her theme pretty close, pretty similar. But, man, what a way to make a debut. Came into a huge pop. She looked great, like physically and in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
She eliminates Nia, which is the number one heel right now on the women's side.
Bro, she picked Nia Jax up with ease. And she flexed.
Yeah, and
with
flexed.
One arm, bro. That shit was crazy.
Yeah. And then that epic stare down with Bianca.
Hell yeah.
She was in the final three. Like when it was the final three, I was like, yo, she might win. Like for real, even though I picked Bayley, there was that time where I was like, yo, Jade's going to win this. I thought Liv was going to somehow eliminate Bayley because Liv just came back. So it would have been a perfect time to make her like maybe a heel in the Rumble. And then Jade would have beaten Liv. You know, and I liked how they did it with the women's Rumble ending with like Bayley kind of eliminating both at once.
Yeah.
Because like kind of like we were saying, I hate when the final two, it's obvious. Like last year, as great as it was with Cody and Gunther, like you knew Cody was winning. So like if it would have been Liv and Bayley, I would have been like, okay, like Bayley's winning.
Is Shinsuke and Roman the only time that we've ever been like completely fucking shocked that it wasn't like? Because I 100% thought it was going to be Roman. Like in no way did I think Shinsuke was winning that fucking Rumble.
That was one that was big. Drew and Roman, I was a little shocked on only because I can't say much because I knew once Drew eliminated Brock, I was like, yo, Drew's going to the end at least.
Yeah.
But Roman was rumored to fight for the title at the time. The Fiend was the champion. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Right. He was rumored to fight the Fiend, and then they fucked that up with Goldberg. But anyway,
man, that nut shot that Ricochet gave Brock, and then that fucking Claymore that he just went flying, bro. Brock wasn't. Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck, the guy's canceled now. I can't even fucking give him props.
I was like, well, Drew still had a good performance. Roman beats him, and Drew wins Chamber. So that wasn't like shocking. But yeah, I would say Shinsuke because at the end of the day, it's like I knew Shinsuke was going to fight AJ at that Mania. But I thought once again, like, he can win a tournament or some shit. And, you know, they did it. And then not to be that guy because this is Vince booking 101. But earlier, no, that match was earlier. But that we all knew Asuka was winning the women's Rumble. And I was like, and I'll be real, we'll keep it a buck. We all know how Vince is. Right? No, but I was like, yo, there's
no. We do.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way Vince lets two Japanese people win the Rumble. Like that was just my mindset.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because that was Vince 101. Like, you know what I mean? But seeing Jade, I think, call me crazy. Jade and Bianca will face each other. I hope WWE holds off now. I want to see them partner up. Like
I was thinking something like that. Like they should partner up and they should just put the belts on them.
That's what I'm saying. Like how cool would that be at Mania if it was the Kabuki Warriors versus Jade and Bianca?
Yeah.
And then even if you did like one of those fatal four ways, just because you maybe want to protect Jade a little, you know what I mean, and they win the titles that way. But I think at Mania, seeing that stare down, I think you get Bianca and Jade, right? Keep them together. And then I think you have Bianca, whoever. To me, it wouldn't matter. I guess it'd be cool to see Bianca go the heel route just because we haven't seen her be a heel in forever. Turn on Jade, and then whether that's at Mania next year. Like, how cool would that be? If they win the titles this Mania, and then between a turn and whatever bullshit next Mania, it's Jade versus Bianca for the title.
Wow. That'd be dope. The thing is with Jade, when I look at her, to me, she seems like a natural heel. Like, just the way she's always, that smirk that she has, it's just like, it's super heel. Like, she just, to me, seems like she just should play a heel for the most part, man. No, I don't want to hear about Julius Randle right now, bro. Julius Randle be evaluated in 2-3 weeks. Fuck. Whatever. She just seems to me more like a natural heel. So, mind you, I would like to see heel Bianca because heel Bianca in NXT was fucking awesome.
You don't even go here.
Yeah, for real. Like, why don't, and she used to, you don't even go here. Like,
yeah.
Why? I don't know why they haven't done that shit. I guess because she's probably moving a lot of merch and shit.
Yeah, I did. Bianca was the heel most of her time in NXT.
Yeah.
I think her whole time. I think she didn't become a face till the main roster.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she was a heel the entire time she was in NXT from what I remember.
Yeah, because she had a great match. Was it with?
I don't know when she was in the War Games match if she was a face.
No, she was a heel. I do remember that. She was a heel.
Okay. Yeah, then that's it. She was a heel the whole time.
Yeah, so
I miss those days. I really do.
But yeah, I thought the women's match was good. I thought it was better between the men's. I did like the men's though, but I thought the women's was better. Maybe because there was the Jade.
For sure.
Yeah, Jade, Jordan, Naomi returning. Obviously, maybe not people looked at it like me, but one of my favorite Liv returns. So obviously that got a pop out of me.
Yeah.
Seeing Bayley win, someone who's so selfless when it comes to this, and now she's gonna get her big Mania match. That was cool. The Fatal 4-Way. We knew Solo was interfering. I'm happy it kind of wasn't like at the end thing like most matches, but we all knew that was happening. But yeah, we all knew. We said it. AJ was going to eat that pin,
and he ate it right. So
yeah,
just like I enjoyed the Rumble. I'm not gonna say it wasn't a bad show at all. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it was a bad show. It was not a bad show. But it's definitely not like one of the best shows, like all around. Like the men's Rumble was good. It was entertaining. I enjoyed it. But the women's Rumble was much better. It was a lot more fun, and the ending was great. The finish of that match was fantastic. But bro, if you only have 2 other matches on the show, like, can you book it a little better? Like a disqualification finish on a fucking pay-per-view. That shit pisses me off, bro.
The Logan Paul thing?
Yeah, like I don't.
No, I personally liked that.
Like I get what they did, but it's like fucking bro. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is like not having proper finishes, especially on a fucking pay-per-view.
Yes, I agree. But I like that, and that's because they wanted to protect Kevin Owens, I'm assuming, and not have him lose, which is cool. Like that aspect's cool. I thought it was funny because referees always miss everything, but this is the one time the referee catches.
Just to fuck Kevin Owens over.
Yeah, but dude, LA Knight looks good in that Fatal 4-Way, and he's still hot. Randy looked good. I thought Roman looked good. I liked the Fatal 4-Way. It was obvious where it was going.
Yeah, it just that kind of starts to take away from stuff for me when you like you already he's not losing, so it's just like okay, well let's get to how is this gonna fucking end? Like Solo or like it's at that point for me. Like yeah. That's why Cody needs to finish the fucking story. Yeah. Cody needs to finish the story. Somebody got to bubble wrap Cody Rhodes and make sure he makes it to Mania intact because God forbid something happens to that dude. Then we're fucked. Yeah. We're going to have Roman for another 2 years.
So the men's Rumble, I'm disappointed in us. How did we not think Jay and Jimmy could be 1 and 2?
Yeah, that was interesting. I like how they did that. Yeet, no yeet.
I'll admit, seeing them stare face off, I want to see the match at Mania.
Yeah. I'm not like that invested in that shit though, because I know the history doesn't really need to be told between them. We've watched it for like unfold the last 2-3 years, but they like don't interact much on Raw and SmackDown. Like they just don't, and they haven't seen each other in how long. And then like, I'm not like why are they fighting? Just because they're mad at each other? Like, it's...
you got to think with Cody, because Cody and Jay were tag champs together. Like that's how he's gonna get involved, because the bloodline's probably gonna beat down Cody, Jay. Like that's where it's probably gonna go, I would assume. I also think it's because Jimmy has been booked terrible compared to Jay.
Really?
Jimmy's eating pins left and right, while Jay's not.
Well, yeah, that's true, but like, I don't really think Jimmy needs to be like winning all that many matches and shit right now, because he's not going for anything. His character right now is basically a like he's
lackey.
He's the lackey. Well, he's more like not comedy, but I don't like he's not some dude that you're looking at to go after US title, this title, that title. Like he's not he's not there. Like he's definitely not winning matches at that point or anything. And I don't feel like he has to, because that's not his role right now. His role is to kind of like, honestly, is to annoy Roman Reigns, which I find hilarious.
Yeah, I'm happy with both of their single runs though.
Oh yeah. I'm very happy.
Although it was cool. My girl was the one who caught it. A lot of other people did, but my girl's one. How Jimmy and Trinity came out at both at number 2. Like that was kind of dope.
That's cool.
Braun Breaker looks great. I thought he looked really, really good there. Everyone's assuming he took the spot of Brock Lesnar, so he showed out there. Carmelo Hayes had a great performance. He lasted a while. I was a little bummed out we didn't get Trick.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't know. Did you see that report that was going around? I think it was yesterday that like people backstage at SmackDown were very like happy with his little run-in and very like thrown away with how many people knew like that were chanting.
Oh, good.
That Trick.
Call him up, bro. Y'all wasting him in NXT, bro.
So the report is that him, Carmelo, and Braun Breaker are all going to be at the SmackDown tapings this week.
Nice.
So I don't know if that means SmackDown. They might be on like the pre-match thing, like what I mean,
bro. It's time. Look at this roster. Like I was thinking about this shit the other day. Cody, CM Punk. Obviously, we'll talk about him being hurt in a second. CM Punk's hurt. Randy Orton just come back from back surgery. You got who else just got hurt? Somebody else just got hurt. Oh, Rey Mysterio's got the fucking arm thing. Yeah. He's not fucking around. And you look at the age of all these people who are here. They're like all in their 45, 46 years old. R-Truth is like 58 years old. Yeah. Like, it's time for some new blood, bro. You got to get some of these people out of NXT and get them on these shows and get them like, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. Yeah. What are you waiting for, bro? Make the new stars. Get them in there and let them start building up, bro. And do it in the Rumble. They did a great job with Braun Breaker, dude. Yeah. Super over. He's going to come out. The people are going to love him. Like,
yeah. He's him. I think him, Carmelo, and Trick are safe. Like, they're going to get called up and get good crowd reaction.
I kind of wish he could use his Steiner name, but, you know, I guess Braun Breaker's okay. Braun Breaker's a little bit of a weird
Andrade returned.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Like I said, the only thing I didn't like about that, and I have to hear it because it was hard because, like, the crowd did pop, and then, like, Rumble entrances obviously aren't long. I thought he would go well more of a pop because in the beginning it was kind of quiet for him.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knew who he fucking was because that music.
Yeah, if they would have because how did it start off? El Idolo, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they don't want to do that because that was his name in AEW. But
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think he would have got a way more of a reaction pop if that would have hit. But excited to see him back. He's on Raw. He exclusively signed with Raw.
Well, let's see what they do with him. Hopefully, you know.
I want to see him and Gunther.
They gotta get that. If this dude wants to be happy, they're gonna have to. But here's the thing too. Like I say that, but I didn't even really say it. I had the thought and I barely spit it out. What I was gonna say was like, hopefully he gets what he wants here and he gets pushed and he gets used like how he wants to be used. But you're not going to be a world champion anytime soon, son. That's not going to happen.
Do you think?
So if they do the Gunther thing, that'd be great. But
let me ask you. Do you think he's not, I wouldn't say difficult to work with. Do you think he's just like, if he's not the guy, he's not happy? Because in NXT, he was the guy, right? He was the champ. Then went to the main roster. He was successful there. Like, he was the United States champion, but never got that. Then left. He wanted to. Went to AEW, same thing. Nothing really there. Just like his main roster run. And now he's back. So.
That's the thing. Like, with him, the thing with him is like you weren't happy in I mean, I guess he was happy in NXT. He was NXT champion for a little bit. It didn't last long, but he was a champion. He went to the main roster, wasn't happy there. Did he get released or he asked for his?
I think he asked for his release and got it.
Okay, so he wasn't like
for it.
They didn't cut him. He actually he didn't resign or whatever. Because he wasn't happy with how he was being used on the main roster or whatever. Then he goes to AEW and he's not happy about how he's being used in AEW. But at least in AEW, you have the opportunity to go work in CMLL. I always forget the second L. You have the opportunity to go work in AAA, like he was able to go over there and bring Ric Flair with him. You have the opportunity to go to New Japan if you wanted to and do these things and work these indie dates if you feel like it. You want to go work indie dates? Tony Khan is like, sure, do whatever you want as long as you're here Wednesday when I need you or Saturday or whatever. You don't have that in WWE. WWE is the machine and they want you on their thing and that's it. So when we need to use you in a backstage segment to throw a pie at somebody, we want to make sure you're fucking here. So he better hope and pray that somebody has a plan for him in WWE, because in 6 months, I don't want to fucking hear reports. Oh, Sean Ross is reporting that Andrade walked out and he's unhappy and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's the case because I think, honestly, Charlotte.
That helps.
It's a big deal that you were able to work with your wife now, you know what I'm saying, and be in closer proximity and not have to do so much traveling. So I'm sure that's a big part of him. So I'm sure that's going to keep him happy. But, bro, if they put him in the thing with Gunther and he wins the IC title, that's really the only thing right now for him. He's not going to be a world champion, bro. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to end up in the LWO, bro.
That's why I was honestly shocked he didn't go to SmackDown. I thought him and Santos was a guaranteed thing. I like that he's on Raw, that he's away from him.
Yeah. Keep him away from the LWO. There's not, in no world does he need to be joining the LWO, bro. They need to fold that faction up and get rid of that shit. It's the biggest fucking joke ever.
It started off
why they're even doing that shit.
That's the thing.
I don't know why they're doing that. I guess it's a merch thing, but the LWO, I tweeted that the other day. You can't take an L without the LWO.
Yeah.
Or you can't spell LWO without the L, because what happened to them the other day? They came out and they got their complete ass kicked by Obafema by himself. He beat the shit out of all three of the LWO members.
Which I hate.
Almost with one arm, too, because he was holding the fucking the title in the other hand. So it's like, really, bro? You can't, the three of you can't beat up one guy? Okay.
And then,
whatever.
As much as I love him, and that's good for him. But
yeah, of course. But, of course, you have to take the LWO down from the main roster and put them into the minor leagues to get their ass kicked by a guy who's in the minor. I don't know, bro.
Yeah. And then what else happened in the Rumble? Obviously, Punk came out at 27. Cody came out at 15. The final four was who? It was Punk.
It was Cody,
Gunther,
and it was Punk, Cody,
Gunther,
and
Drew.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was Drew. It was Drew or Sammy.
Oh, it was Sammy, wasn't it?
I think it was Sammy, but it was a solid final four.
Yeah, because Sammy threw Drew out. He threw Drew McIntyre out of the Rumble.
So who did you pick to win the Rumble again? Did you pick Cody or did you pick Punk?
I think I picked CM Punk.
Yeah, I think I did too. Well, I know I did actually. I will admit, I was shocked when Cody won. I wasn't shocked they were the final two. I felt that was obvious, which I was cool with. But yeah, once Cody hit that, I didn't wait 10 years to lose to Dusty Kid. I was like, Cody's winning.
I was like, yeah, it's a wrap.
What I thought was cool was Roman and Seth being in the press boxes.
That was cool. I did like that.
That was cool. And Cody pointing and then going right at Roman. Like, hey, dog, I ain't wasting time.
I'm so glad you brought that up because we need to talk about Raw.
Yes. So, last things on the Rumble. I thought it was cool. It was cool to see Cody win. We haven't had a back-to-back Rumble and winner in 26 years.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say about Raw before we go, I'm going to just give my thoughts on what you're instantly talking about. Amped, my boy Pat is back on commentary.
Very cool.
Time. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Obviously, I'm a mark for Pat because I watch his show every day, so I'm a little biased. So we got Pat through probably September when football picks back up. So that's cool. So it makes me think, I wonder if he's going to have a Mania match this year. If not, he's at least going to be calling it.
And we got what you call it? Why can't I ever remember anyone's name when I need to? So now we have on SmackDown, we have Corey and Wade Barrett.
Yep. Which I
is
like
cool.
that too.
I like that a lot. That's going to be really good.
Yep. But so Raw, Cody comes out. He thought he was going to make it official. And then Seth comes out. So I'm not going to lie. When Seth came out, I was like, nah, we're not doing this shit.
Bro, have you ever seen a fucking champion beg another man, please challenge me? In what wrestling world have you ever seen that?
The last time that happened, Rhea begged Charlotte to pick her for the NXT, and then Charlotte won. And
then she went and she said, okay, cool, and now beat your ass and take your belt from you.
Like, don't get me wrong, Seth had some good selling points. But no,
bro.
No, bro.
And you know what makes it worse is that Cody's not going to pick him. He's going to go after Roman Reigns anyway. So it's like, I mean, unless they're cooking something up where they're going to make it where Cody goes after Seth's title and The Rock shows up. And I don't know. I don't know what the fucking deal is. But if Cody does not pick Seth, it's even worse, bro. Because now he's going to be like, I listened to your shit. I'll think about it. I thought about it. And nah, bro, I don't want that fucking Walmart belt. I'm going after the real belt. That's how it's going to come across.
Because Cody and Roman are both advertised for Friday. Because I was texting my boy, Jordan. Cody has to make his decision in a fucked up way this week. Reason being because as of this Saturday, it's 3 weeks till Chamber. It's very obvious that if Cody picks Roman, Seth's opponent's going to come from the Chamber.
Right.
Very obvious. So you need to have those matches to build for the Chamber. And the reason why is because after Chamber, you have to build that 4 or 5 weeks to Mania.
Bro, fuck everything else. Fuck the thing. Bro, have Drew McIntyre win the Elimination Chamber and let his ass go to WrestleMania and beat fucking Seth Rollins for that.
Drew's on another level between what he did with Punk, even his Twitter.
That fucking picture that he posted, that shit is hilarious.
I haven't sent it to you yet, but our cover photo for this week is actually going to be that.
Oh, that's fucking fantastic, bro. That shit is hilarious. That's great.
Yes. So
that was so great, dude.
Drew's on another level because
that guy, to let him go to WrestleMania in front of that big ass crowd and win that belt, bro. Just fucking let him do it, bro.
So, because here's the thing, because his contract's up shortly after Mania. But here's my logic. Now, WWE has done it previously where they send people out on a good note. Like Moxley, if you remember, they sent him on a really good note. They had a whole special.
Yeah, they let that dude go to every town and sit there and do a 7-minute soliloquy on the mic about how much he loves it and he's follow your dreams. I was like, God damn, Vince is really letting this guy just do whatever he wants.
And remember, they had the Shield triple threat match.
Yeah.
There was a WWE special, like whatever. So maybe they're going to do right by Drew. But here's my opinion. I think Drew either quietly re-signed because Drew's at his best right now.
He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. And if he has it, because it's going to be one. If it's him and Seth at Mania, if he loses, it's because Drew didn't resign. It's as simple as that. Okay. The only reason, if it is Seth and Drew, that he does not walk out with that title is because he has not resigned.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I think that's fine. Seth and Drew on night 1, and then night 2 you do whatever.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this, because it was very obvious that it was going to be Punk and Rollins main event night 1, Cody and Roman night 2, or Rock and Roman whatever night 2, right? Now, if it's Seth and Drew, do you think there's a chance Bayley and Io could main event or no?
No fucking way.
No, because see, I'm one of them. I think the hottest storyline should main event. Like last year, a lot of people were kind of butthurt because Rhea and Charlotte did a main event. That Uso and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens storyline was
that had to main event, bro. It had to.
Yeah, it had to. Just like if Seth, in my opinion, Seth and Drew has to main event.
And even we talked about all last year how fucking that was the best women's match, period, of the whole year. One of the best women's matches of all time. And even with that being said, they still made the right call. Because, man, that fucking, just the way that match ended, you had to have that main event, bro. If they would have gone first, they would have killed that women's match. Like, all the energy and emotion would have got sucked out of the fucking crowd for the women, and they would have been silent.
Yep.
And that would have sucked.
The thing is even though Drew's the heel, he's the heels that fans love. So if Drew wins that title, when you hear 3, that place is going to erupt.
Yeah.
And Drew celebrating on the corner, like how he does the thing, raising it, and all the whatever he does, like no. And I think it works out perfect. You have a heel end night 1, Cody ends night 2.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the Bayley thing. No, I don't. Honestly, I don't feel like any women's angles right now are booked well enough to be a main event right now in WrestleMania. Maybe it'll change. Maybe that'll change in the next couple months. I don't know. But right now, unless they do something spectacular with it, I don't see
now
any of that stuff main eventing.
So instant reaction. I'm thinking Mania is going to be Cody and Roman. Seth, and if you don't think that's going to be a match coming up right there, Seth and Cody. I mean, not Seth and Cody. Seth and Drew. Bayley and Io. Rhea and Becky. Logan Paul and LA Knight. Jimmy and Jay. I really think that's going to happen at Mania. Then you got.
Let's throw in for fun. Let's throw in Bianca and Jade versus the Kabuki Warriors because I really like that.
Yeah.
Let's just throw that in there.
I like that. I'm thinking either Gunther versus Sammy or Braun.
Maybe Andrade.
Yeah, or Andrade. Like one of I get it. We're listing. We could list 20 names, but definitely one of those 3. Because Sammy, the underdog story, like that makes sense. Andrade just returned, and he seems to be coming off as a face initially.
Yeah,
seems to be.
Seems that way.
Yeah. Then you got that. I don't know what you do with the tag title is going to have to be a fatal 4-way tag, and I think
you gotta figure that out with them belts soon, bro. DIY, bro.
Yeah, I think DIY should. I think the fatal 4-way could be DIY, Judgment Day. Do you throw the Creed brothers in there?
I haven't seen them in a while. What's up with
that?
Yeah,
and they were hot. They were hot.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened to them. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, because then
you got AOPP also. They're back in the
match. I don't see AOP, to be honest. I don't see AOP or Street Profits on this Mania. Because I don't think they'll hold out on that 6-man all the way till Mania. There's no way. That story, that feud will be boring as fuck by then. I could see maybe Bobby carrying 1-on-1. I don't see a 6-man.
But maybe not even at Mania, bro, because
that could be a chamber match.
It's funny, like that angle just started and they've kind of already fumbled it. They've kind of already fumbled that shit. Like I don't care. Like I really don't care about. Like I like AOP. I like Karrion Kross. You know, I love Paul Ellering being back. That's great. But like, if they're not doing something with like, I don't know, bro. It's not doing anything for me. Them popping out.
Karrion has to shave his head again, to be honest.
He's got to go back to the bald,
yes,
psychotic look because he did a lot of weird. He had that like long short hair shit for a while. Now he's got like the little buzz cut thing going on. Just shave that shit off, bro.
shave the shit off. That's
go
when
back
you're
to bald. Just don't put the executioner's mask back on and the fucking. Just don't do that.
But you got to think a celebrity match is in there somewhere.
True.
So I hate being that guy, even though he's insane in the ring. Because I actually saw the tweet today. Bad Bunny does not have a concert on night 2 of Mania.
No.
But you got Pat McAfee back now. But who could Pat McAfee feud with on Raw? To be honest, that's worth a Mania match. Unless they did something stupid like Dominic Mysterio?
Maybe. I mean, he just got back, so there's no, he hasn't he hasn't alluded to anything, but, it won't take him long that guy's personality, it doesn't take long for him to get involved into something and make it happen. So he could literally do that shit with anybody. Dominic, he could get into some shit with Corbin again. Like, because I know I haven't been really watching, but I know Breaker and Corbin are like in the Dusty Classic. But if they're calling up Breaker, then
so that final is on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, because Vengeance Day's on Sunday. I don't know shit about it. Tiffany Stratton might be getting called up. I saw that.
Yeah, she should. She's ready.
She looked good in the Rumble too. We kind of forgot about her.
She's the bomb, bro.
Yeah.
She's fucking awesome.
I don't know. I definitely think Mania is going to be fine. Like a lot of people, there are injuries right now.
Yeah, well, I don't know why people are freaking out. Like, it's going to be fine.
Yes.
It's going to be WrestleMania, bro. Don't worry. I don't know why people are.
Seth's next match isn't going to be till Mania. Now, I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to go with your answer is no. But you don't think there's a chance that Punk's actually not hurt in all this?
No, he's hurt.
As bad. Because there are people who think, this could be a thing.
Nah, he's hurt,
I don't
bro.
think
so. What would be the point of them doing, some type of injury angle right now? He could have won the Rumble.
Because they're saying they do a storyline, and then somehow he ends up in the Chamber or fighting Drew at Chamber.
I don't think so. Not with that angle that played out on Monday, bro.
Yeah, because people are saying too, well, he was moving his arm and he got his arm hit. It's kind of like when Cody got hurt. When your shit's torn, it's torn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's it's not going to get worse. It's not like, oh, it's partially torn.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you do that.
And then they even had Drew do the thing where he stomped on his arm. So it gives him the excuse to be out for a while.
Because people are saying, which would be dope. It seems obvious already that Punk's coming back next year in Mania. It's either going to be Drew or Cody.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, this Punk injury, man. And it really sucks for him. I feel bad for the guy because, at the end of the day, I'm not the biggest Punk fan, but I do like Punk. There are some qualities about him that I do enjoy watching. But it sucks for him that this shit happened. But I will say that up until this past Monday, I have not enjoyed this run at all with him. This whole thing where he's a baby face, but he's it's funny, and I don't want to use this phrase because this is the MJF thing, but it's literally PG Punk. It's literally what it is. Yeah. It's literally been PG Punk since he's come back. And I've not the first promo, I didn't like it. We talked about that. The second promo when he came out, I was like, okay, this is better. They gave him time. He came out on SmackDown. He, all right, okay, cool. But that dude is much better as a heel.
Yeah.
Than some type of baby face for you to rally behind. We already have that, bro. His name is Cody Rhodes. They already have a G.I. Joe. It doesn't make sense that you're out here trying to beef with him, but you're still a baby face. I don't get it. And I haven't enjoyed any of his stuff at all. The Rumble match, it was cool. He came in, like we said, he was super hot. He was a house of fire when he got in there. He did his thing, but up until Monday when he actually gave that impassioned speech and he was teary-eyed and he actually was talking from the heart, I was like, okay, this Punk I could fuck with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. He comes back. He needs to come back full fucking heel. Full heel.
I'm with you. Dude, and when you said it, it didn't hit me until he won. Cody is literally the face of the company. Like, I get everyone's been saying, like, I think he's more of the face than Roman.
Hell yeah, bro.
Because here's the thing, like I've said before on here, we've said, like, unless Roman is some, like, sickness, like he's hurt or some weird shit we don't know, he's not doing movies. Because you always hear the reports if they're doing movies. So it's like, and he's not on all these TV shows. The only thing I've seen him on is like ESPN. He does like First Take.
Yeah.
And the last time he did that was SummerSlam.
Shit, speaking of MJF, he just wrapped the movie.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Speaking of movies, did you hear that the movie Seth Rollins, the Marvel movie, isn't like a thing anymore?
Oh, bro, they cut. So Marvel right now, and this is for all those of you who are fucking Marvel fans or whatever, excuse me, but I could talk about that shit forever. But right now, Marvel's going through some shit. Marvel right now is going through some shit where, like, all these movies and all these things that they're doing, they're like cutting content, they're rewriting shit, they're cutting whole parts of a movie or a show and adding this and taking this out. So apparently, the Serpent Society were supposed to be in this new Captain America movie, which Seth Rollins, I don't know if Seth Rollins was like the leader of the Serpent Society or he was like a member or whatever, and they completely cut that whole shit out of the movie. So all that shit that he did and recorded is all gone, which is nuts.
Yeah. And it sucks. But bringing it back, it's like Roman's not doing press.
Right.
Like, it's weird. Like, he's getting.
Is he literally just going home and sitting on like a?
He's
sitting on like one of those wicker chairs and just like like is that all he's doing?
Like,
there's girls like fanning him and shit with them big fucking wicker fans. Like, what's he doing?
He's doing Brock Lesnar to a T. Like, when Cena went part-time, he was still at least doing movies or interviews or TV shows or something. Like, Roman's doing like.
Lesnar would just go back to the farm.
Yeah, but that Reigns is going back to the beach.
Yeah.
Like, Cody's doing all these interviews with Sports Illustrated. Like, Roman, like, when they did the TKO deal, like, Roman wasn't there. Like, it was awesome that it was Montez Ford and Bianca Belair. Like, great for them. But, like, Roman's not at these big WWE events. Like, outside, it's weird.
Yeah, it is a little
strange.
That's
what makes me, this is what makes me think. All that shit is what makes me think that Cody is challenging him and fighting him. Because Cody's doing all this shit for TKO.
Yeah.
So give him the title.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very obvious that big, not just WWE people, like TKO people like Cody.
Honestly, that's going to be fucking really, bro, that's going to be tremendous for WWE. When you put that fucking belt on that big, goofy, blonde, fucking lispy bastard, and he can take that belt, that big ass belt with that big ass WWE logo to all these shows and all these appearances and all these things that he likes to do, and just have that belt and be like, I am the champion of this place. And like, that's going to be tremendous for them, bro. Because that shit is mad weird that Roman doesn't do any of that. Like, nothing. He does nothing. What the fuck was that in the background? Was that your woman?
Yeah, she's going to Pilates.
Bro, that fucking freaked me out, bro.
Yeah, she opened the door so the dog could come in.
Oh my God, I saw a face there and I was like, what the fuck, Nick? It's a ghost.
I know, my new house is haunted.
Holy shit, that was scary.
Dude, like, I don't know. It's wild how, like, it's literally wild how he's done nothing.
Yeah, bro. It's
like,
weird.
Bro, they're going to Australia, an outside country, and like, he's not even on that.
Honestly, I hadn't until you brought that up. I never even really thought about that.
Yeah, like, dude, he's part-time to part-time.
And he's like again, literally just going home and sitting on his chair and watching TV or watching the game. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, like, unless he's doing movies that no one knows about. But like, when Seth went off to do the Marvel movie, everyone knew. Like, it was reported. Like, hey, Seth might miss Raw because of this. It's not like, oh, Roman's gone for 8 weeks because he's filming the new Fast and Furious with The Rock.
And it's not like this is some little dude who could put on like he could put a fitted on and some shorts and just go out somewhere and you're not gonna notice him. Like, it's fucking Roman Reigns. You see that guy anywhere, you're gonna be like, that's Roman Reigns. What the fuck is he doing here? Like, you're gonna notice him. So.
Yeah, and it's weird though, because everyone knows that motherfucker though. Everyone knows him. Like, when people ask me, like someone asked me yesterday at work, like, hey, is Roman Reigns your favorite wrestler right now? He's not, but he's one of them. Like, I will still say he's one of my favorites because when he's there, it's good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, man. I really wanted that hoodie, that Levels Above hoodie that he has.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I think it'd be a cool like gym hoodie. The shitty thing is his hoodie has nothing on the back, but the one on WWE Shop has that massive old school Roman Reigns double R logo. And I'm like,
oh, okay.
It's on the back.
You know what I really want, and unfortunately, since I'm huge, they don't make it in my size. I want that fucking Blackpool Combat Club hoodie. That shit says it says on the back, forged in combat, bro. I want that. I saw a girl wearing that shit when I went to the show. I went to the merch shop to see if they had that shit there. They had it, but it was only 3X, and that's a little too small for my stature.
Yeah.
But bro, I want one of those so bad, bro. And we don't even wear hoodies out here like that. I'm in fucking Florida.
Damn, I'm in California.
Yeah. And I want that shit anyway for the 3 days out of the year that I can wear it.
I'm a big hoodie to the gym kind of guy because when I'm at the gym, I like to sweat a lot. So it's like when I do my cardio, I always have a hoodie on. But yeah, so my man's doing nothing.
That's crazy, bro. That's nuts.
Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely weird. Like,
yeah, man.
Not even, and he doesn't do the occasional house show. Like, good for him for getting this deal. Do not get me wrong. Like, I can't stress how great that is. But
yeah,
I truly think if he loses at Mania, we're not seeing him again until the build to SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute because you gotta let Cody do his thing. He's not gonna come back and do some rematch clause shit or any of that. He's not gonna do any of that.
Yeah,
he's gonna be gone.
Yeah, so you good? Oh, scratching himself.
Yeah, he's gone. This one is sleeping. You can see her. Oh my! There she is, right there, sleeping.
There she is. I see.
Yeah, how does this work? There we go. The magic of cinema. She's sleeping on the bed.
Yeah, but I think I guess to close it out, I think both companies, the major companies, the ones we talk about, both doing fine right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
There's some stuff, there's some stuff AEW that, I'm not really too terribly crazy about. One of them being, I want to say the other one was this whole, which, again, I'm going to reserve my judgment on this one because I see it leading into them taking the belts off of them. But this whole fucking bang, bang, scissor gang shit, it's not fucking working for me, bro. It's not fucking working. I don't give a fuck about the Acclaimed and them teaming up together. It doesn't make any sense. Bro, they literally came out on Wednesday. They came out, and it was the stupidest fucking thing in the world. They came out, the Bullet Club did their entrance, then they called for the Acclaim. They came out, they went to the ring. Fucking this dude's like, oh, wait, we're missing somebody. And Bowens, and they go into the ring, they pull out Cardblade. And then fucking Colton is like, no, we fired him. Get him the fuck out of here. And they went under the ring and they grabbed fucking what do they call him? The I don't know if you saw that. They don't have Cardblade anymore. Now they have a Juice Robinson.
Yeah, I saw the Juice Robinson one. Yep.
Yeah. And they were like, we want Juice Box Board, whatever they fucking call them. Then they went and got that. And then they went in their ring and they were like, if you don't like that, we got 2 words for you. Then Billy Gunn was like, no, we used to do it like this. And then that was it. It was like no purpose for them to come out and do that shit at all. So again, I'm going to reserve judgment because I'm assuming that Bullet Club Gold is going to fuck them out of those trios titles somehow and take them. And hopefully they'll unify both trios titles and just make one. Because
I'll admit. So this past week's the only Dynamite I missed in a while. I low-key, forgot the Acclaim were trios champs.
Yeah, it's like, they're not even doing anything with that shit. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Put it on Bullet Club Gold.
So, again, overall, the 2 main companies are doing great, They're putting out quality content. There's just some stuff on either side that, and again, you're not going to enjoy everything. And I don't think you're supposed to. You know what I mean? So, but stop with the fighting and the attendance, and just fucking stop. These people, I don't understand.
One thing I'm going to do quick. It seems like the past few weeks, every time we end and you open Twitter, something's there.
No shit.
So I'm going to do a quick scroll before we go while we're sitting here.
Oh wait, that's one thing. So next week, our boy, our homie, our main man.
Oh, the announcement.
Tony Khan has a big announcement, Nick. What is that gonna be?
So people think he's gonna announce that Dynamite's gonna have a special episode in the Garden in Boston, and that's where Mercedes debuts. I think somehow it's affiliated to Mercedes.
Okay.
That's me personally. That's me. What do you think?
I'm assuming this has something to do with Okada, but
okay.
That's what I'm thinking. But that does sound good too. That seems to make more sense to me.
So,
because honestly, I feel like you should really be what Tony should be doing. If okay, let's say he signed both of them, okay, and he's waiting to announce, both things. I really think what he should be doing right now is any announcement, I have a big announcement, I have something I'm going to say, anything like that he's doing, that shit needs to be in relation to Mercedes Moné. Like all of that shit. Anything that you tweet out about that, anything that you're putting on your shows that's going to draw eyes to you, it needs to be in relation to her. Because Okada literally could just show up at Revolution and it'll be awesome. Like that'll be fine. Yeah. If he shows up and challenges Joe at the end of the fucking show or something, Okada comes out to challenge Samoa Joe. Can you imagine Okada versus Samoa Joe for the fucking AEW World Title at some point? Come on, bro.
Slap.
That's enough.
Slap.
So anything else related to like hype, it needs to be around Mercedes because that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a massive deal.
Come on, Tony.
Yep. But I think that's going to do it because I see your Knicks are on. My Celtics are about to come on.
Nice.
Got some basketball. Who's made the All-Star? Did any Knicks make All-Star?
Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle are officially All-Stars.
Yeah, Celtics, I think it's just Tatum and Brown. Nice. Tatum's the starter and Brown isn't, but yeah.
Jalen Brunson should be starting, but let's go ahead and not talk about that part because they decided to go
Dame. And Dame's my second favorite player in the league.
All due respect to him, but come on, bro.
Yeah, I feel.
Come on, bro. Really?
But it's gonna do it for us. Make sure you follow us on Wrestling Trash on Twitter, but most importantly, YouTube at Wrestling is Trash. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We've gotten some more subscribers. We've gone up. We got like 3 off the last video. For us, that's like 100 for like ESPN or something.
Fuck yeah.
So we like that. So keep it going. And then you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well, Nick Anicelli. That's all I got. Till next week, Lou, take us away.
Lou from the BX, host of the Everything Podcast, co-host of Wrestling is Trash. Thank you all so much for joining us on another splendid adventure talking about the wrestles. If you have anything that you agree or disagree with, please feel free to reach out to us on social media. Hit us up on Wrestling is Trash on Instagram. Hit us up in the comment section of this video and let us know who you think is what do you think Tony Khan's big announcement is going to be next week? Who do you think is going to be at WrestleMania this year? Is it going to be Cody? Is CM Punk faking his injury as Nick claims? All of these questions are out there for you to answer in the comment section. So feel free to do so and let us know. Subscribe to these videos so you always get notified when we go live. And ladies and gentlemen, most importantly, enjoy wrestling. Until next time, my friends.